Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, the snow. Then I am dreaming.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. My
I was gonna let you do the whole fucking thing.
no, you wouldn't, dude. I'd put it on. I've got a negative 20 decibel clip on here, and I put it on there so you couldn't hear my mouse click scrolling through the different things. And I was like, "Yes, I nailed it," and I forgot that. So tonight, what are we talking? Steven, take it away.
Tonight, we're talking Home Alone, which I controversially said last week was better than Christmas Vacation, but we'll get into that at a later time.
Okay, so I don't know that I agree with that statement, but I also don't fully disagree with that statement. This movie came out when I was 8 years old, right? You weren't even born. You were -6 when this came out. 1990.
I was -3. Thank you.
Oh, well, whatever. It might as well have been -57.
I was at least a thought at that point.
I don't think you were. And my son just got here, so we should be interrupted very shortly
Nice.
by a dog screaming and a 13-year-old child. So yeah, 1990 hit. First movie of Macaulay Culkin's career. Hey, no ma'am, don't you start it. Don't start none, it won't be none. So, start of the long, illustrious career of Mr. Macaulay Culkin. Joe Pesci, David Stern. Crazy how many people were in the movie, whether it was cameos or like full-fledged people in the movie. Hey, what did I say? So, a little bit of help. Take it away, Steven.
All right, I'll take it away then. So, for a little background info on the movie, it was written and produced by John Hughes, which is actually the same guy that wrote Christmas Vacation, the movie we talked about last week. And it was directed by Chris Columbus. I don't know anything about that guy. But the interesting thing is that it had a budget of $18 million. And the box office return was $476.7 million. So a resounding success, I would say.
Okay, so you said what was the budget going in?
18 million.
18 million.
Yeah, you're looking at over
and the return
over 20
was
times.
Yeah, and the return was 400 something.
476.7.
Okay, so almost $500 million.
Yeah.
On this movie. I don't think a resounding success does justice to what that actually is.
Am I underselling it?
I think so. I think a return like that is what the word blockbuster is meant for.
Yeah, I would say so, and especially for a Christmas movie,
Yeah,
a family Christmas movie, to make that kind of return is.
but I
can't
would
think of
bet
another
you,
one that did it.
I would be willing to bet you that that's most of the reason that it was such a big success, because it is, Christmas is everybody's favorite time of year for the most part. I'm saying for the most part. There are some people, myself, I like Halloween a lot. I think Halloween is a cool thing, but I also like Christmas time. So, and plus, it's a family movie. It's something that you could take your kids to and not feel guilty. You could, you know, you could feel good about going and watching that movie. So, plus it's got all the comedy you could want. It's all slapstick. It's, you know, I think Joe Pesci gets hit in the nuts, what, 3 times, 4 times? There's quite a few nut shots. There was some hair burning. There was, you know, dude gets shot in the face with a BB gun. You know,
Yeah. Almost knocked unconscious with paint cans.
yeah.
It's just
Now,
classic.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I have said, in my own words, several times on this show, that there's a certain element of disbelief in a lot of movies that kind of bring the value of said movie down, right? This one is absolutely unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable. You get somebody that throws a paint can to where it catches at full extension and swings down and hits you in the face. That's the end of the movie. That's where the movie stops for David Stern. He's done. You get a fucking hot iron drop out of a laundry chute onto your face. He should have died there.
Yeah. It's really.
But
was Kevin just a psychopath in
I think
retrospect?
So. Dude, the fact that he had those blueprints already drawn up and on hand means he kind of thought this was going to happen someday.
Or he was at least prepared for it to happen,
Oh.
which he's an 8-year-old kid.
Either he's some kind of maniacal genius, or this was the best on the spot plot for revenge. I look at it like this. This movie is completely unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. I'm a parent. I know damn good and well if I'm going to France and there's 13 people going to France with me, I'm going to make sure that I personally count every child that gets on that van. I'm going to count every child when they go through the airport. There's no way he would have got left home. There's no way. No way. He was the biggest pain in the ass literally 10 hours ago, and now you left him at home? You completely forgot? Like, did you not have the thought in the morning time that, like, hey, Kevin was a real pain in the ass last night. Let's hope he's not a dick in the fucking airport.
Yeah.
You know, that thought never crossed your mind?
Well, and they go out of their way to try to make it to where when she's doing the count, the neighbor's kid or whatever is in, and so she counts him as Kevin, but
yeah,
he wasn't.
No, well, obviously.
Otherwise the movie would have been a lot more boring.
But I've
Family
said
vacation in France.
I've said it with my own mouth that the unbelievable nature of some movies has to be a detriment to the score. But in this case, I think the unbelievability of the movie is it's the only thing that the movie really has, you know, is that he stuck his head through a doggy door and got shot in the eye with a fucking BB gun. Right? Yeah. Like, first of all, that kid would be scared shitless. All of the neighbors are around. How do they not see the little kid walking down the street like, hey, shouldn't he be in France? Hey, come here, little dude. What the hell are you doing?
Well, they make it a point to say that everyone was gone.
Yeah.
For Christmas
multiple
vacation.
times.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody would be there. I look at it as like an almost not fairy tale, but like a fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You have to look at it as if it wasn't based in reality, because it's clearly not. Like, they call the cops to have him go check on the house, and they say, hey, our 8-year-old son is inside by himself. And the cop knocks 4 times and goes, yeah, nobody's here. They need to count their kids again.
Exactly.
I don't think that's how this works.
Yeah, if you call somebody, if I called the police right now and said, hey, my mom hasn't answered her phone in a couple of days, I need you to go do a welfare check. Come hell or high water, they are going through that door to find my mother.
Yeah.
Right? So, now granted, this was in 1990. So it's a little bit different time back then.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think they had any qualms about kicking down a door because there were no body cams and no bullshit like that.
Yeah,
So it didn't
absolutely.
out.
So I think it would be, but then again, you have to suspend disbelief for this one.
Yeah, for these type of movies, you can't have that, it doesn't make sense mentality.
Yeah. Well,
Otherwise, it's not enjoyable.
me and my son were watching. Why did that all of a sudden do that?
What's
Me and my
wrong?
son were watching Home Alone 2, right? And we're watching it, and in one of the scenes, he's way up on top of this 3-story building, and David Stern is down there saying, "Come down here, kid, we're gonna get you." And he throws a brick and connects dead right in the forehead. That is game over. Call the paramedics. You're not going to the hospital, you are going to the morgue.
Yeah,
That's
call
the end of the
coroner.
story. Yeah, that's him done, right? So I don't know. I mean, granted, I thought it was hilarious, but definite suspension of disbelief for this one.
I think that's almost the suspension of disbelief is like it's inherent when you're talking about slapstick comedy. Like you have to enter it with that mindset because if you don't, it's just stupid, right?
Well, you think about this is the way I look at it. When I saw this movie, I distinctly remember going to the movie theater and seeing this movie with my granddad and my grandma. He was 8 years old. I was 8 years old when the movie came out. Like I was just about to turn 9, and I'm like, damn, I wish my mom and dad would leave me at home for a couple of days during Christmas. Like that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I was emotionally invested. I was the same age as the kid. Like I can see me doing this just in a smaller house. Cause obviously fucking the McAllisters were loaded, bro.
Dude,
Loaded.
didn't that house just sell recently? I think I saw a news article or something that sold for a couple $1 million.
It would not surprise me in the slightest.
But should we give a little brief synopsis or is it even necessary?
Um,
Everyone's seen Home Alone.
yeah, go for it.
They leave the kid home alone. 2 burglars try to rob the house. They find out it's just a kid there, and he fucking sets up like a jigsaw level house of horrors to fend off the baddies, and then the cops come and save the day. That's the movie.
4,250 square foot, 3-story house in Winnetka, Illinois, sold for $1.58 million,
There you go.
which is a relative bargain when compared to its original listing price of $2.4 million.
What a deal.
They wanted almost 2.5. So I mean, they took about $1 million hit on it, but Jesus, 4,250 square foot. That's not including the basement either. I wonder if that statue. What the hell was that? That's what I didn't understand. What was up with that statue that got hit? Every time somebody pulled in the driveway, that statue fell.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Wouldn't you just
Dude.
like bolt it down or move the damn statue or
Or that motherfucker away.
yeah, do something with it?
Okay, so watching it this time, I caught something that I had never caught in the movie before, and I hadn't watched this movie probably, I'd say, in 10 years.
Okay.
But so I watched it, and when she calls the cops to have them check on him, the sergeant that she gets transferred to, did you catch his name?
I did not.
Sergeant Balzac.
No.
Swear to God.
No.
Swear to God, dude.
It wouldn't be that on the nose.
Sergeant Balzac.
Wow.
Yes. So if we're talking about favorite moments in the movie,
That
right there.
it
The
was so
fact they
funny.
snuck that into a kid's movie is
Yeah.
great.
The fact that she's the 911 operator and she goes, "Hang on, let me transfer you to missing people." dun, 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 and knocks on the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Harry, you've got someone
yeah,
online
you
too.
idiot. You can just tell him.
Then he transfers her back. That was
Yeah.
fucking great. But yeah, I had never caught that before, probably because when I was 15, I didn't think about that. I guess.
And you know what's another funny part of that movie? Like, I travel a fair amount, so I'm kind of used to the way the inside of an airport operates. That was well before 9/11. That was way before security lines and TSA and all of that stuff. And like, they pull up and get out and just take off running through the airport straight up to the gate. Like, those were the days, dude.
Larry Balzac. That was his name.
Larry Balzac.
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that.
Harry Balzac would have been too obvious. It's funny because it's true.
Hell yeah.
That is
No, but I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, how the fuck did I miss that all these years? And it was like, he said it, I was like, no. Surely I misheard her. Rewinded it. Nope. Sergeant Balzac.
wow.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
I'm gonna say one of the most awkward scenes in the entire movie was probably my favorite. Well, it would have to be two different sets of favorites, right? Favorite scene now versus favorite scene when I first saw the movie. Favorite scene when I was a kid when I first saw the movie was probably probably the build up of him getting them, and you know, like he slides down the stairs, and the whole attack scene, right?
Yeah.
So that would have obviously been my favorite when I was a kid. My favorite now is the fact that it was so uncomfortable that it was hilarious to watch. Is John Candy in the airport going, yeah, you may have heard of us. We're the Polka Masters from Sheboygan. Like,
From fucking Sheboygan.
Yeah, you may have heard our hit song Polka Polka Polka. You know, Polka Polka Polka. Yeah, because it's so awkward. The woman's looking at him like, "Will you get to the fucking point, dude? Like, come on, man. What are you talking about here? I don't listen to fucking polka. Get over it."
There was a lot of stuff in it that I caught this time. Like, I guess it was subtle humor that, you know, I guess they did a good job of putting stuff in it that you could appreciate as an adult, since
Yeah.
you'd have to take your kids to it, like the whole Balzac thing. And then when they're on the plane and the uncle, I can't remember his name, Uncle Frank,
Yeah,
the one that's kind of a dick.
yeah,
And he's like telling the wait, like you can tell he's a cheapskate. So they're flying first class, and he tells the waitress or the flight attendant, "Yeah, fill it up all the way. Come on, a little bit more." And then he's trying to get his wife to put the fucking salt shakers and shit in her purse because they're made out of crystal or something, or he thinks they are.
yeah. I'll have a champagne. It's free, right?
Yeah, it's free. Right? It's the first thing he says. So there was a lot of stuff in it that, like, I guess it was kind of multifaceted. Like, there's the whole kid layer to it, where as a kid you can watch it and, like, the same as you, it was mostly wait for an hour and then get to the good part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of the way I watched it as a kid. But when I watched it this time, it was enjoyable all the way through,
Well, there was enough.
except for the ending that was overly sentimental, which plays every Christmas movie.
There was enough of the goofy shit
Yeah.
as a kid. Like, there was enough of the goofy shit in there, like him climbing up on his brother's shelves and them all falling and the tarantulas creeping out. Like,
Yeah.
there was that. And then you had the chase scene where he steals the toothbrush from the little pharmacy or whatever, and he slides between the guy's legs and runs away from the cops. So there was enough of that in the movie to carry your focus as a kid all the way through to the big scene, right? Or I guess it would be the big compilation of scenes or whatever. But as an adult, there's enough comedy and enough like jabs and stuff for you to pick up on throughout the entire movie that it kind of negates the goofy shit.
Yeah. But excuse me. The thing that I really appreciated about
we're
it,
going there. Nice. I
Sorry.
hear you.
the thing I really appreciated about it was the pacing. Like the pacing of the movie, it never really seemed to drag.
Yeah.
Like the movie, I think is less than an hour and a half long, and it's literally like every scene pretty much has to be there in order for the movie to work. There's no like 15-minute lull where
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, get to the next, get to the next point.
Yeah. What's the point of this?
Yeah, so it makes it was an enjoyable watch.
Yeah. I like the
But-
fact that he had Michael Jordan made a cameo in there in the stand-up Michael Jordan poster that was on the train track. Yeah. I had that
That's
same
definitely the second greatest cameo in the
I had
Home
that-
Alone series.
I had that second I had that poster the cardboard cutout when I was a kid. So I was like, hey,
Oh,
he's
really?
got the same shit I got. Check that out.
That was the one thing that was kind of crazy was the night where they're gonna rob him and he's getting all the traps set up. He got all that shit done in like an hour.
Yeah, dude, my kids, it takes them 6 days to clean their bedroom.
Exactly.
Like this dude set up a fucking mousetrap of epic proportions in like 45 seconds.
yeah, he had time to make a fucking mac and cheese dinner.
Yeah.
Time to spare,
Unless it just got dark early and he got home at 5 o'clock and had 4 hours in real time.
Dude, you could give me 4 hours to rig up my house and you're probably gonna get in.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that good. That house had multiple points of entry,
Yeah.
fucking windows that were accessible. Like
That was, and he left one open and put the glass ornaments up under it. Dude,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. If we go back to episode 2, right, of this very show, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. What was the main thing that we both liked about that movie? Is the fact that it did not paint John McClane as some sort of superhero, because when he walked on that glass, what happened to him? His feet were bloody.
Yep.
This motherfucker steps into a window onto a bunch of glass ornaments that cut his feet to shreds. Just
yeah.
hamburger meat them. Not a single drop of blood. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, they would have died about 8 times.
Oh yeah,
If it was realistic.
the very first one, the paint can would have killed both of them.
Yeah.
I really believe a paint can at terminal velocity coming off of a staircase and meeting you dead in the face would end your life.
Oh yeah.
It would at least put your lights out long enough for you to run down the road screaming rape or something.
Yeah. Which,
You know?
yeah. Or at least, I mean, he already had called the cops by that point, I think.
Even if he hadn't. You know what? Here's what I want to know.
The cops.
I don't think he didn't call the cops. The old man called the cops when he hit him with the damn shovel.
No, he called the cops. Remember, because he does the voice and he says that he's at that other house.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then he runs across the street.
But then instead of following him through the attic, that's where they cut him off and they catch him. And then that's where they hang him on the hook. And
Yeah.
apparently, I had read somewhere that Joe Pesci actually bit his finger and like broke skin because I guess he got too into the role, or he's just a weird dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Joe Pesci does seem like a weird dude.
Yeah. There's actually a commercial they did for, I think it was Google Now or some shit, where it's like an updated Home Alone and it has Macaulay Culkin like today and he's using Google Now to set up the traps and everything. And it like cuts to Joe Pesci watching the commercial, reacting to it. It's pretty crazy.
That's
But-
funny.
With all that said, and somebody in chat pointed out Home Alone is on Disney Plus right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, which
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Or
If you
just wanna
haven't
watch it again.
seen, if you honest to God can sit here and tell me you haven't ever seen Home Alone, I'm going to be very disturbed at your childhood.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Not even joking. I don't think I could be friends with somebody that's never seen Home Alone.
Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't trust you.
well, I mean, they make horrible decisions, even
Yeah,
as an
clearly.
adult.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So, you want to get to a rating?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
It's rating time.
God, we need a title
Yeah,
card or
we
something.
definitely do. I'll get to work
that
on
was
that.
terrible.
Yeah, I'll get
if
to
we're
work on
rating
that.
that, I would give that a 1.
Yeah,
1 out of 5.
I'll get to work
Trash.
on it. Point proven. Shut up. Let's go.
All right. So subjectively, I would say Home Alone is a must own.
Okay.
100% hands down. You got to own it. Mostly because I don't know, it's a good watch even today. You know? And that's something that I really appreciate when a movie that's over 20 years old is still good. So I think on that merit alone, it's a must own. Plus, you know, it'll be a good one to show your kids and all that shit. So yeah, I would say it's a must own.
I
What
think
would you
it.
say?
I think it stands the test of time. Right? You could watch Home Alone in 15 years, and it'll still be just as good then. Then as it is now, as it was in 1990.
Yeah.
I don't think a movie makes $500 million in gross box office if it's not good.
Yeah.
So that being said, subjectively, I'm gonna say it is a 5 out of 5 all day long. It's a you got to have it in your collection.
Now, objectively,
Objectively, all right, here we go.
here's the thing.
Here we go.
So, upon rewatching Home Alone and having just watched Christmas Vacation, I would like to make an amendment.
Okay.
I think Christmas Vacation is objectively a better film.
Yes. It's the small wins,
Subjectively-
Steven. It's the small wins.
Subjectively, Home Alone still does it for me because of the nostalgia factor.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively, Christmas Vacation is a better movie. So I would give Home Alone, I'd give it a 4 for a Christmas movie, and I'd give Christmas Vacation a 4.5 in retrospect.
There we go. Amend the
So-
point scales.
I was wrong last week.
Just saying. And here's the thing. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm not going to say nanny nanny boo boo. I told you. But we are watching these movies through the eyes of adults. So, as an adult, Christmas Vacation is subjectively or objectively a better movie. However, I'm not objectively going into it knowing that there has to be a complete suspension of reality, like the reality of you throw a paint can and hit a dude, it's gonna knock him the fuck out, or
Right.
a hot iron falls down a laundry chute and hits you in the skull, probably gonna kill you. Stuff like that, you have to get rid of that. So I've mulled this over all day because I knew it was going to come down to this. And I have to make an amendment.
Whoa.
I have to make an amendment. Absolutely.
Okay.
With that whole thing in mind, I'm going to have to go back and say that Collateral needs to be a 4.5. Because I can't give Collateral a 3 or a 3.5, whatever I gave it, and give this one a 5 using the basis of you have to suspend reality.
Here we go.
So I'm going to amend Collateral to a 4.5, but I'm going to give Home Alone a 5. I think objectively, I think it is a perfect Christmas movie.
So
It's the perfect Christmas movie. It
Hold on,
has,
hold on, hold on, hold
hang
on.
on, it
Hold
has
on, hold on,
comedy,
hold on, hold on.
it has suspense, it has drama, it pulls at your heartstrings. As a parent, it's like, holy shit, I know she is losing her mind right now. So I think as far as a Christmas movie goes, it's perfect.
So is it better than Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
So we disagree on that.
Well, it's better than Christmas Vacation because it's more okay. Christmas Vacation watched by an 8-year-old, they're gonna say it's stupid.
I'm talking strictly objectively. As an adult, you measure those
As an
two
adult,
films.
yeah, I still think Home Alone's a perfect 5. I think it's the
So Christmas Vacation is what, a 4.5?
yeah.
Wow. So we flopped.
Yeah. I think just as a movie altogether, Home Alone is better.
Okay.
Because even the comedy produced by a child in this movie is still funny. That's hilarious, dude. He didn't even shave his goddamn face. He didn't open his pores up for that to burn him.
There were a couple things in Home Alone that were points off for me. One was that scene where he's sliding through all the legs on the ice and he does whoa. I was like, okay, that's stupid as shit. And it relied too much on having a kid look at the camera and yell. Like there was like 4 or 5 scenes where he literally, you know, the one where he runs down the stairs, runs up the stairs, looks dead in the camera, and
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, the first time it was kind of funny, but the third and fourth time, it was like that kind of took a couple points off for me, or not a couple, but it took a point off for me.
It's the goofiness that, and that's what I'm talking about. There's enough goofiness in there to carry those dead spots. What would normally be, you know, the 3-minute montage of whatever, you know, Rocky running through the snow and, you know, shadow boxing at the top of the steps, like stuff like that to me is kind of ridiculous. Even though it's a really iconic scene now, then it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, how are these people around him not laughing their ass off? Dude, are you drinking a 211?
No.
Oh my god!
Hey.
I thought you were drinking a Steel Reserve.
No, sponsored by Bang.
Oh my god, dude! I was fixing to jank on you so hard. Like, good god, you need a fucking donation because I can't have you drinking them Steel Reserves, man.
So anyway, let's get back to the rating.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I look. I'm taking this as a Christmas movie, and I'm giving it a 5. That, like, objectively, subjectively, either way it goes, I think it's a 5. It's a great movie.
Our disagreement on the Christmas movie then. So apparently, according to you, so far, the best Christmas movie is Home Alone, and for me, it's a tie between Die Hard and Christmas Vacation.
Okay. I would agree with your assessment. I think in order of Christmas movies, for me right now, the way it sits, it's Home Alone 1, Christmas Vacation 2, and Die Hard 3.
I cannot believe you're putting Die Hard in the third spot.
It's because I'm a comedy guy, man. I love comedies. I love a good comedy. I love horror movies and comedies.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Well, and Home Alone does have that aspect of almost like a horror movie to it. Like a very kid-friendly, but like the House of Horrors, dude. That's what it is, essentially.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Saw before Saw existed.
Speaking of Saw, I watched Jigsaw over the weekend. The
Okay.
newest one. Not bad, dude. It did not suck.
Dude, they lost me when they tried to make the story all make sense.
They kind of the way that the Jigsaw was structured, there was a huge flip-flop and like almost M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end where you're like, Hang on just a second.
Ah!
Kinda, yeah. No, I had to pause it and think, like, what the fuck did he just say? And then rewind it and go back and listen to what he said again to make it all make sense. And I was like, damn, that's twist. One of those type deals. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Well, so that's Home Alone.
Yep.
We're going to talk about what we're going to be watching
So-
next week.
Next week, we're going to put the final Christmas movie to rest. We're doing Gremlins, guys. Doing Gremlins. Because Gremlins, much like Die Hard, is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely. 100%.
We're going to do that next week. But
And I almost think that Gremlins is going to be a dark horse in this competition. Because,
you think?
yeah, I haven't seen Gremlins since I was like probably 12. But
Okay.
from what I remember, that movie is fucking great.
You know what? A part of my when I start working on how I want to lay out my entire sleeve and back piece, I gotta incorporate some Gremlins in there, dude. I need a gizmo somewhere.
Hell yeah.
I need a gizmo tattoo somewhere. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it be. That's what it looked like. I'm trying out new phrases, man.
Let's workshop that one a little bit.
Yeah, we'll run that one back in
What it
private.
is, what it be, what it
is. It is what it is. So, Gremlins, next week, what we're going to do is we are going to get Steven to wake up before 3 o'clock Eastern time this Sunday. And we're going to do a Instagram live watch feed. So, Steven's going to fire up the Instagram. He's going to add me in. We're going to sit there and watch it, jank on a couple of things. You only get an hour in Instagram, so you'll get an hour of the movie at some point, whether it be from the very beginning, from the middle, or from the end. I don't know. We'll figure it out Sunday. But go over to the Instagram, pop a like on that bad boy, follow it. We're going to post up posters and stuff there.
And
So, yeah.
for the Instagram is 2 guys in a trailer. It's all lowercase, no space. So simple enough. Spell out the word 2. And then also in chat, Bob Shorkey said Gremlins is on Netflix. So there you go. As long
Yep.
as you have a Netflix account or you're stealing somebody's information, you should be able to watch Gremlins no problem.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to need your login.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. But yeah,
Thanks, Greg.
we'll be doing the live feed on Instagram Sunday as long as I wake up. Now, here's the one caveat is that I'm actually on call this week. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. So
It may not be at 3. It may be later on Sunday.
It could be at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't care.
All right. It's just I
So-
could get it.
Dude, we could do coffee and Gremlins.
We'll see how it plays out because it could be that if weather comes in, I end up working off day and night. We'll see.
Gotcha.
But I'll post on Instagram as soon as I know for sure, and we'll figure out a time and all that good stuff. And then you'll have to show me how to do all that.
Okay. Easy enough. So we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Bye, guys.